You float in the cold dark. It is a silence that presses in, a quiet that fills your ears and your soul. You are alone, utterly and completely alone. Your memory is a fractured mirror. It shows you glimpses of a life that feels like a dream, a world of warmth and light, a place you called home. That world is gone now, lost to the endless night. But a promise remains. A forgotten vow whispers from the depths of your being. It is a thread of warmth in the unending cold. It pulls you forward. It guides you homeward. Your vessel is called the Far Wanderer, a name you did not give it, a name that feels older than your own bones. It drifts through the void, a ghost ship on a silent sea. You do not command it. You are its passenger, its precious cargo. The ship feels ancient. Its metal hums with a power you cannot comprehend. It is a language of light and energy, a song sung to the vast emptiness. You have tried to understand its systems. You have traced the glowing lines upon its consoles. They respond to your touch. They awaken at your presence. But they do not obey your commands. The ship has a will of its own, a destination burned into its very soul. You spend your cycles in the observation dome, a bubble of clear material at the ship's apex. From here, you watch the universe wheel past. Nebulae bloom in riots of color. Galaxies spin in silent, majestic dances. It is a beauty that should inspire awe. It is a grandeur that should fill you with wonder. But it only deepens your solitude. You see wonders no human was ever meant to see. And you see them alone. Sometimes you talk to the stars. You tell them your fragmented stories. You whisper the name of your lost home. The stars do not answer. They only glitter in the cold dark. A flicker of movement pulls your attention. It is not outside the ship. It is within the dome itself. A shimmer in the air. Like heat haze on a summer road, the air coalesces. It gathers and brightens, taking a shape that is both humanoid and utterly alien. It has no face, no discernible features, just a form made of pure, white light. It hovers before you, silent, watchful. You are not startled. You have seen these beings before. They are the ship's crew, its custodians, its silent watchers. They have always been here, drifting at the edge of your perception, maintaining the ancient vessel, protecting its single passenger. They do not speak in words. They have no mouths, no vocal cords. They communicate in feelings, in pure, undiluted concepts. A wave of calm washes over you, a sense of peace that is not your own. They are showing you that they mean no harm. You have come to trust them in your own way. They are your silent companions in the long night, your guardians on this impossible journey. You raise a hand, not to touch, but as a gesture, a sign of acknowledgement. The being of light mirrors the motion. Its own appendage of light lifts slowly. It is a moment of connection, a silent greeting between two vastly different forms of life. The being holds its form for another moment. Then it dissolves back into the air, leaving you alone once more with the silent, glittering stars. But you feel a little less lonely now. You know you are being watched over. You are not just adrift. You are being guided. The forgotten promise feels a little stronger now, the pull of home a little more certain. You close your eyes, and you let the Far Wanderer carry you onward. Through the cold dark, your ship is a marvel, a relic from an age of wonders. The silent watchers maintain its every function. Their energy flows through the vessel's veins. They are the lifeblood of this ancient machine. You walk the corridors of the Far Wanderer. The walls are smooth and seamless. They glow with a soft internal light. There are no signs of construction, no welds or rivets. It is as if the ship was grown, not built. The air is always fresh, the temperature always comfortable. The watchers provide for your every need. They synthesize food that is nourishing. If a bit bland, you miss the taste of real food, the crunch of an apple, the warmth of fresh bread. It is a small ache, a reminder of the world you lost. The watchers are beings of pure energy. You have learned this over countless cycles. They are the ship's soul, its consciousness. They are intertwined with its very existence. Sometimes you see them as you saw them in the dome, coalesced forms of brilliant light. More often, they are just a presence, a feeling of being observed, a sense of intelligence in the silent hum of the ship. They are ghosts in the machine, and you are their honored guest, or perhaps their prisoner. You are still not sure which. They have never harmed you. They have protected you from the harshness of the void. They have kept you alive, but they have also never explained why. You stand before a large portal in the ship's heart. It is not glass or crystal. It is a swirling vortex of contained energy. The Watchers brought you here once before. They showed you images within the vortex, fleeting glimpses of your own past. A child running through a field of green, a family sharing a meal under a yellow sun. The memories were yours, but they felt distant, like watching a film about a stranger. Now they have brought you here again. A group of them have gathered, a silent assembly of light forms. They hum with an energy that feels different this time. It feels solemn, weighted. A sense of gravity hangs in the air. One of the Watchers drifts forward. It extends a limb of light towards the vortex. The swirling energy within the portal stills. The colors deepen. An image begins to form. It is not a memory of your own. It is a vision, a scene from a time long before you were born. The Watcher turns its faceless head towards you. A feeling of gentle warning flows from it. A message to prepare yourself. What you are about to see will be difficult, but it is something you must know. You brace yourself. You fix your gaze upon the portal, and you witness the fall of your own kind, the end of humanity. The portal shows you a galaxy teeming with life, worlds beyond number, civilizations of breathtaking diversity. You see cities of crystal, fleets of star-born ships, beings of every conceivable form. And among them, you see humans. They are explorers, diplomats, scientists. They travel the star lanes with a spirit of adventure, a boundless curiosity. They are a young race, ambitious, full of promise. They forge alliances. They share knowledge. For a time, there is an age of peace, an era of unprecedented cooperation. It is a beautiful, fragile thing, a golden age that could not last. The vision shifts. A shadow falls over the galaxy, a creeping dread that starts at the fringes. It is not an invading fleet, not a single identifiable enemy. It is a blight, a corruption of thought, a wave of pure psychic malevolence. It sweeps through civilization after civilization. It turns allies into enemies. It twists love into hatred. It fosters paranoia and fear. The great alliances crumble. The star lanes become war zones. The galaxy descends into a brutal, self-consuming conflict. It is a war of all against all, a symphony of destruction conducted by an unseen hand. The Watchers show you humanity's response. They did not succumb to the psychic plague. Their minds, for some reason, were resistant. They saw the chaos consuming their neighbors. They saw the galaxy tearing itself apart. And they made a choice. A terrible, heroic choice. They could not fight the psychic blight directly. It was too pervasive, too insidious. So they decided to draw it to themselves. To become a lightning rod for the galaxy's hatred, they broadcast a message, a signal that angered every other race, a declaration of superiority, a false claim of galactic dominion. It was a lie, a noble, desperate lie. The galaxy, united in its manufactured rage, turned its fury upon humanity. Every fleet, every weapon, every mind was focused on a single goal: the annihilation of the human race. The vision shows you the last stand. Earth wreathed in fire, its orbital defenses overwhelmed, its cities turned to glass. You see fleets of human ships fighting impossible odds, buying time. You see the faces of the soldiers, the pilots, the civilians. They are not filled with hatred. They are filled with a profound sadness, a quiet resolve. They are sacrificing themselves, not for victory, but for the future of all other life. They are absorbing the galaxy's poison, taking it with them into the long dark. The final vision is of a single ship, the Far Wanderer. It flees the dying solar system. It carries the last remnants of human knowledge, the last echo of the human spirit. And it carries a single, precious cargo: a child, sleeping in a cryostasis pod. The Watchers show you this child. They show you your own face. The portal then goes dark. The Watchers remain silent, but their feelings flow into you. A torrent of sorrow, of respect, of immense galactic debt. They saved the galaxy by making themselves the villain. They died so that others might live. A sacrifice made to save all others. The weight of this revelation presses down on you. It is a truth too vast to fully comprehend. You are the heir to this legacy, the living testament to their impossible choice. You are not the last human. This is the truth that settles in your heart. You are something new. The Watchers convey this to you, not in words, but in feelings. The humanity that was is gone. They sacrificed their very identity, their place in the galaxy. They are remembered as monsters, as would be conquerors. That was their gift, their terrible, beautiful gift. You are not the last of that fallen race. You are the first of a new one. You carry the seed of a new beginning, a humanity that can be reborn, free from the false history that saved everyone else. The burden of this knowledge is immense. You are the living repository of a truth no one else knows. The weight of 1 billion sacrificed lives rests on your shoulders. The Far Wanderer continues its journey. But now you understand its purpose. It is not just fleeing a lost home. It is seeking a new one, a place where the seed of humanity can be planted again, a place where the great lie can finally be laid to rest. The Watchers are your guides, your protectors. They are fulfilling a promise made to your ancestors, a vow to see humanity rise again. The ship's quiet hum feels different now. It is not just the sound of machinery. It is the sound of purpose, of a mission that has spanned millennia. You feel a connection to the ship, to the Watchers. You are part of this grand, secret endeavor. You are the inheritor, the carrier of the flame. It is a lonely role. But you are no longer just a passenger. You are the most important person in the galaxy, even if no one knows it. This thought is not born of arrogance. It is a simple, terrifying fact. The future of an entire species rests with you. A new feeling emanates from the Watchers, a sense of arrival, a destination reached. The ship slows, The familiar feeling of faster-than-light travel recedes. You look out of the observation dome. Before you is a structure of impossible scale, a web of crystalline filaments and glowing energy nodes. It spans an entire nebula. It is a city of thought, a gathering place for ancient minds. The watchers convey a single concept. Council. You are being brought before a tribunal, a group of beings who have watched the galaxy for eons. The Elder Ones. A tremor of apprehension runs through you. The watchers offer a feeling of reassurance. But beneath it, you sense a current of their own anxiety. Even they are humbled by this place, and the beings who dwell here. You are escorted from the far wanderer, not by the watchers, but by new entities. Beings of geometric light, crystalline structures that move with silent grace. They lead you through corridors of pure information. The walls shimmer with data streams. Equations of star science scroll past in shimmering script. You feel their minds brush against yours, not with malice, but with a cold, analytical curiosity. They are scanning you, reading you, assessing you. You feel exposed, vulnerable, a primitive specimen under the microscope of gods. They bring you to a vast chamber, a space that seems to have no ceiling, just an endless expanse of swirling star stuff. In the center of the chamber, they wait. The Elder Ones. They are not physical beings. They are focal points of immense consciousness, swirling vortexes of light and shadow, each one a universe of thought unto itself. You count 5 of them. They radiate an aura of immense age, of intelligence so vast it is almost a physical force. It presses down on you, threatening to crush your sense of self. The Watchers are here, humbled and small in the presence of these titans of intellect. They project a feeling towards you, a name. Elder 1 Xylar. Elder 1 Cygnus. They introduce them one by one, slowing the names down for your mind to process. A thought enters your mind, not from the Watchers, but from one of the Elders. It is not a feeling. It is a series of precise, crystalline words. The human anomaly. The final variable. You have arrived. The voice is neither male nor female. It is the sound of logic itself. Cold, pure, unblemished by emotion. We have observed your journey. We have analyzed the legacy you carry. Another elder mind speaks. The sacrifice of your species was suboptimal, a messy, emotional solution to a logical problem. You feel a spark of anger, a flash of defiance against their cold assessment. Suboptimal? It saved the entire galaxy. The first elder speaks again. Emotion is a flaw, a chaotic element in a precise universe. Your species embraced it, and they paid the price. The third mind joins the silent conversation. Yet, you are here, the result of that chaos. A paradox we must understand. They are not welcoming you. They are not honoring the sacrifice of your people. They are studying you, a problem to be solved, a curiosity to be dissected. And you sense something else. Something they are trying to conceal beneath layers of logic and intellect. A deep, abiding fear. They fear the power that sleeps within you. The same illogical, emotional core that led your ancestors to their doom and to their greatest triumph. The Elder Ones see you not as a hope, but as a potential contagion, a spark that could ignite another fire. They begin to test you, not with riddles or physical challenges, but with manipulations of reality itself. The vast chamber around you dissolves. Suddenly, you are standing in a field of green, under a warm, yellow sun. The air smells of soil and flowers, a perfect replica of your lost home. A woman and a man walk towards you. Their faces are etched with love. They are your parents, or a perfect simulation of them. Join us, they say, their voices filled with warmth. Stay here. Be at peace. Your journey is over. It is a tempting offer. A siren song to your lonely soul. But you know it is a lie. A beautiful, cruel illusion. The memory of the real Earth, wreathed in fire, is too strong. This isn't real, you say, your voice trembling. My home is gone. The illusion shatters. The chamber returns. The elder ones are impassive. But you sense a flicker of surprise in their immense consciousness. Interesting, the first one communicates. You cling to painful truths. The scene changes again. Now you are on the command deck of a great warship, a human warship. Your ancestors stand around you, clad in the armor of their final days. Fight with us, the commander says, his voice a gravelly baritone. Avenge our fall. Take back the galaxy that betrayed us. Become the conqueror they believed us to be. They offer you power, vengeance, a chance to rewrite history with fire and steel. It is a powerful lure. The anger you felt earlier resurfaces. The desire to make the galaxy pay for what it did. But you remember the faces of your people in the vision, the sadness in their eyes, the resolve. They did not die for vengeance. They died for peace. No, you say, your voice stronger now. That is not our way. That is not why they did it. The warship fades. The elder's silent judgment hangs in the air. You reject power? You reject vengeance? Illogical. The tests continue. They show you futures of perfect order, universes where they have eliminated all suffering by eliminating all choice. They show you visions of despair, galaxies crumbling to dust under the weight of entropy. They are trying to break your spirit, to force you into a logical framework, to make you concede that hope is a fool's errand. But with every test, something inside you grows stronger. The illogical hope that your ancestors died for, the defiant belief in a better way. You reject their perfect, sterile futures. You defy their visions of despair. You hold on to the messy, chaotic, beautiful thing that is the human spirit. And as you do, you feel a change, not in them, but in the reality they are projecting. Your hope is not a passive thing. It is a force. It pushes back against their simulations. It introduces flaws into their perfect logic. The edges of their illusions begin to fray. The green of the field is a little too bright. The commander's voice has a note of uncertainty. Your illogical hope is bending their reality. The elder ones fall silent. Their cold curiosity is now tinged with genuine alarm. They sought to unravel you. Instead, you are unraveling their perfect, ordered world. A new image appears. Not a test, but a warning. It materializes on the star science charts that shimmer on the chamber walls. A shadow spreads across the galactic map. It is a moving void, a patch of absolute blackness that is growing. It is not just an absence of light. It is an absence of everything. Stars vanish as the shadow touches them. Whole systems blink out of existence. It is moving with purpose, and it is moving fast. What is that? You ask, your voice a whisper. The fear you sensed in the elders is now a palpable wave of psychic dread. It is the final consequence, an elder mind communicates. The cold logic in its thought is now brittle, fragile, the ultimate expression of order. The shadow expands on the chart, consuming a familiar spiral arm of the galaxy. We called it the Purifier, a weapon created eons ago to sterilize rogue realities, a tool of last resort. Another elder speaks, its thoughts laced with a dawning horror. We thought it was dismantled, lost to time. We were wrong. Something has reactivated it. You watch as the blackness swallows a star you recognize from the far wanderer's journey, a blue giant that had sung a song of hydrogen and fusion. Now, there is only silence and darkness. The eater of stars. It is a weapon that consumes entire suns. The elders project their analyses, their star science. Complex equations and probability streams fill the chamber. They are trying to understand the eater, to predict its path, to find a weakness in its design. Their minds work with breathtaking speed. They process quintillions of data points in a single second. They are the most powerful intellects in the known universe. And they are failing. Its logic is perfect. One elder transmits a note of desperation in its tone. It operates on principles of pure, relentless efficiency. It identifies the greatest energy sources, the stars, and consumes them to fuel its expansion. Its core programming is absolute, another adds. Erase all chaotic variables. Sterilize all potential for unpredictable outcomes. They are describing themselves, or at least their own philosophy taken to its horrific extreme. The eater is the ultimate expression of their own worldview. A universe without emotion, without chaos, without hope. A universe of perfect, silent order. A graveyard. The elder's logic offers no solution. How can it? They are trying to fight a perfect version of themselves. They throw every logical strategy at the problem, every tactical simulation, every conceivable plan based on order and predictability. The eater's own logic anticipates every move. It is a flawless engine of destruction. And in their desperation, you see it. A flaw in their perfection. They cannot conceive of an illogical move. They cannot comprehend a strategy based on chaos, on emotion, on the very things they despise. Their greatest strength, their pure, cold logic, is now their greatest weakness. It has blinded them, trapped them in a prison of their own making. Only your flawed human heart sees the path, a path they are incapable of even imagining, a path forged from the very essence of what it means to be human. Sacrifice, love, and defiant, illogical hope. The eater is perfect logic, and you know, with a certainty that chills you to the bone, that perfect logic has a blind spot. It cannot understand a soul. You must make them see. You, the primitive anomaly, the chaotic variable. You must become their teacher. Your logic is a cage. You transmit, not with your voice, but with the full force of your burgeoning will. The elder ones recoil from the raw emotion in your thought. You cannot fight perfection with better perfection. You cannot out-logic a god of pure thought. The chamber falls silent. The only sound is the subtle hum of their combined consciousness. A sound of immense minds stalling, crashing against a concept they cannot process. "So what do you propose, human?" asks the first elder, its tone dripping with skepticism. An emotional outburst? A poem? These are not weapons of war. They are the only weapons you have left, you reply. The eater consumes suns. It feeds on predictable energy sources. It thinks in straight lines, in cause and effect. You point a trembling finger at the star science chart, at the inexorable advance of the shadow. You have to give it something it cannot process, something it cannot anticipate. You must fight a sentient weapon with unpredictable art. A ripple of what can only be described as scorn flows from the council. Art? You want us to fight an oblivion machine with art? The idea is absurd to them, insane. It violates every principle they hold dear. Not just art, you clarify, pushing your thought against their wall of disbelief. A symphony, a broadcast, a wave of pure, chaotic, human emotion. All of it. The joy and the grief. the love and the rage, the hope and the despair. Everything you consider a flaw, everything that makes us who we are. You must convince them to embrace chaos, to weaponize the very thing they fear. Its logic is designed to sterilize chaos. It will be drawn to the signal. It will try to understand it, to categorize it, to process it, and it will fail. You are asking them to take the greatest gamble in the history of the universe, to trust the flawed heart of a single human over their own eons of accumulated wisdom. The risk is unacceptable, an elder states flatly. Broadcasting such a chaotic signal could have unforeseen consequences. It could inspire new conflicts. It could destabilize entire sectors. More unstable than universal annihilation? You retort. Your defiance surprises even yourself. Look at your charts. Your logic has failed. Your perfect order is leading you to a perfect death. What have you got to lose? The silence stretches. You can feel the furious calculations of their minds, the warring impulses of ingrained philosophy, and the stark reality of their impending doom. The watchers, silent until now, emit a soft pulse of energy, a feeling of support, a vote of confidence in the last human. It is a small gesture, but it shifts the balance. The first elder turns its vortex of consciousness toward you. Show us, it commands. Forge your will with ours. Show us this weapon of art. The agreement is reached, a fragile, desperate alliance between perfect logic and flawed emotion. The elder ones grant you access to their vast communications network, a system capable of broadcasting a single thought across the entire galaxy. They will provide the power, the amplification, but you must provide the signal. You, the human anomaly, must compose the anthem of your species. You close your eyes. You reach deep inside yourself, past the fear, past the loneliness. You search for the core of your being, for the memories of your ancestors, for the echoes of their final, defiant act. The network is ready. The elders link their minds with yours. You feel their immense consciousness, a vast, cold ocean of pure intellect. They are observers, ready to sever the connection at the first sign of failure. You take a breath, and you begin to sing, not with your voice, but with your soul. The broadcast begins, a single pure note of hope. It ripples out from the council's chamber, across the nebula, out into the star lanes. It is the feeling of a child's laughter, the warmth of a lover's embrace, the quiet satisfaction of a job well done. It is a signal of pure, unadulterated joy. And then the eater responds. Before your symphony can build, its own song reaches you, a wave of psychic static, a chorus of perfect, cold oblivion. It washes over the elder fleet assembled near the council, a fleet of crystalline ships and logical commanders. The eater's song is not a sound. It is a command, a line of perfect, irresistible code that worms its way into their ship systems, into their minds. The ships of the elder fleet stop their defensive maneuvers. Their weapon ports open, and they turn, not towards the advancing eater, but towards each other. The eater's song of oblivion reaches your fleet. It turns their own ships against them, a flawless checkmate, using their own logic against them. The elders cry out, a silent, psychic scream of agony and disbelief. Their own creations, their own perfect soldiers, are now puppets of the enemy. They are trapped, forced to watch as their fleet begins to methodically annihilate itself. Their logic has been hacked. Their order has been turned into a tool of chaos. This is your fault, human. An elder mind screams at you. Your chaotic signal has only made us a target. They are on the verge of cutting you off, of retreating into their own dying logic. "No!" you shout back, your will a battering ram against their panic. "Don't you see? It took the bait. It noticed us. Now, we have to sing louder." You ignore their fear. You ignore the chaos erupting in the space around you. You dig deeper. You unleash the next part of your anthem. The pain, the grief. You broadcast the memory of Earth's fall, the fire and the ash, the sorrow of a billion goodbyes, the quiet resolve of a species sacrificing itself for others. You weave in the loneliness of your long journey, the ache of being the last, the crushing weight of the inheritor's burden. It is a symphony of courage, grief, and defiant love. A masterpiece of beautiful, terrible flaws. You pour every ounce of your humanity into the broadcast. You unleash your own signal into the void. Humanity's anthem, a song the eater cannot possibly comprehend. The effect is instantaneous. The eater's song of oblivion falters. The perfect, cold logic of its signal hits a wall of pure, irrational emotion. The ships of the elder fleet, poised to fire on one another, hesitate. Their movements become erratic. The eater's control over them weakens. It is trying to process your anthem, and it is failing. The two signals clash in the void. A war between order and chaos, between a perfect weapon and a flawed soul. Your broadcast of grief and sacrifice is a concept entirely outside of its programming, a variable it has no equation for. On the star science charts, the eater's advance slows. Its perfect straight line of destruction begins to waver. It is like a computer trying to divide by zero. The paradox of your signal is causing a system-wide error. The elders watch in stunned silence. Their minds, for the first time in eons, are witnessing something truly new, something their logic could never have predicted. It is confused, an elder transmits, its thought a whisper of pure astonishment. Its perfect logic cannot comprehend sacrifice. It cannot understand why a species would choose to die for another. It cannot compute the value of love in the face of oblivion. Your anthem swells. You add new layers to the broadcast. The fierce, protective love of a parent. The unwavering loyalty of a friend. The simple, profound beauty of a sunset on a forgotten world. You send it the memory of the watchers, their silent, steadfast guardianship, their eons-long devotion to a promise made to a dead race. These are concepts alien to the eater's core programming. They are statistical impossibilities, acts of illogical devotion that serve no efficient purpose. The eater's song weakens further. The psychic static clears. The elder fleet freezes, their systems rebooting, freed from the puppet master's control. The eater is wounded, not physically, but fundamentally. Its core identity is being challenged. Its entire worldview is being dismantled by your broadcast. It is a being of pure logic, and it has just encountered a truth that logic cannot explain. But the victory is not yet won. The eater is still a threat. It is vast, powerful, and it is beginning to adapt. It cannot comprehend your signal, so it attempts to erase it. It begins to focus its immense energy, not on consuming the nearby star, but on you, on the source of this illogical, chaotic noise. A new kind of dread fills the chamber. The eater is no longer just a weapon. It has an adversary. It has you. To fight it now, you need more power. Your single human soul is not enough to win this war of wills. The elder ones realize this. The human is correct, the first elder states, its voice now laced with a strange new tone. Respect. We must amplify the signal. We must commit fully to this illogical strategy. but their network is already at maximum capacity. They are pouring all the energy they can spare into your broadcast. There is no other power source available, except one: the Far Wanderer, your ship, your ancient, silent home. The watchers pulse a warning, a feeling of intense alarm. The ship is more than a vessel. It is a life support system, a cradle. Its energy field is intertwined with your own biology. It has sustained you, kept you alive for centuries of travel. To use its power would be to drain your own life force, to pour your very existence into the anthem. The ship's guardians warn against this choice. They project feelings of protest, of fierce parental protection. They would rather face the eater and lose than allow you to harm yourself. We cannot allow it. A watcher communicates directly to the elders. The inheritor's life is paramount. The first elder turns its vortex toward the watcher. The inheritor is making a choice. The kind of choice its ancestors made. The kind of choice we have never been able to make. It is a stunning admission, a confession of their own limitations. They look to you. The final decision rests on your shoulders. The watchers plead with you. They show you visions of your own death, a cold, empty ship, a failed mission, a universe plunged into darkness. They offer you an escape. The Far Wanderer can flee. It is fast enough. It can take you to the edge of the galaxy. You can survive. You can live out your days in peace and leave the rest of the universe to its fate. It is the same test they gave you before. The choice between peace and purpose, between life and legacy. You look at the star science chart. You see the Eater, wounded but immense, a god of logic, momentarily stunned by a ghost. You think of the worlds it has already consumed, the billions of lives extinguished. You think of the hope you represent, the new beginning for your species. What is one life, even your own, compared to all of that? The cost of hope is high. It always has been. Your ancestors paid it. Now it is your turn. Do it, you say, your voice clear and steady. Use the ship's power. Use my power. Let's finish this song. The watchers fall silent. Their protests cease. They are replaced by a single, overwhelming feeling, a profound, heartbreaking sorrow, and a wave of unending pride. The connection is forged. The elders link their network not just to your mind, but to the heart of the Far Wanderer. You feel a jolt as the ship's energy surges into you. It is an exhilarating, terrifying sensation. Your consciousness expands. Your thoughts are no longer confined to your own skull. They are a galactic broadcast. Your anthem becomes a tidal wave of pure humanity. You are no longer just sending memories. You are forcing the Eater to experience them. You push your will across the galaxy. You show the Eater the memory of your species. You make it feel the sun on its face for the first time. You make it taste the salt of tears. You make it experience the sting of a scraped knee and the comfort of a mother's hand. You show it the quiet joy of discovery, the frustration of failure, the stubborn refusal to give up. You force it to live 1,000 human lives in a single instant, to feel the messy, glorious, contradictory experience of being alive. The Eater recoils. It writhes in the void. This flood of illogical data is pure poison to its system. It tries to erect firewalls of pure logic, but your anthem flows around them, through them. You push harder, draining the Far Wanderer, draining yourself. Your body grows weak. Your vision blurs. The watchers surround you, not in protest, but in support. Their light warms you. They lend you their strength for this final verse. You show the Eater the fall. You make it stand on the bridge of the last human warship. You make it feel the resolute acceptance of the crew. You force it to understand the concept of sacrifice, not as a tactical loss, but as an act of ultimate love, to die so that others might live. You show it the genesis of its own existence, a flawed solution to a flawed war, an endless cycle of violence. You offer it the final, impossible piece of human logic: forgiveness. You forgive the galaxy that destroyed your people. You forgive the creators who unleashed this plague of hatred. You forgive the Eater itself for its cold, empty purpose. You show it that the cycle can be broken, that a new way is possible. You are not fighting to destroy it. You are fighting to save it from itself. This is the final paradox, the one variable it can never compute. The act of loving your own destroyer. The Eater's defenses shatter. Its core programming collapses. Its perfect logic is erased by a wave of perfect, illogical grace. The Eater falls silent. The psychic scream that echoed across the galaxy is gone. The immense shadow on the star science chart stops moving. A stillness descends upon the chamber, upon the fleets, upon the universe. The Elder Ones watch in absolute awe. The human anomaly has done the impossible. It has not destroyed the weapon. It has disarmed it. It has converted it. You are fading. The last of your energy is spent. The far wanderer is dark. The Watcher's light is dimming. You have given everything. You close your eyes, ready for the end. Your testament is complete. But the silence does not last. A new light appears on the star science chart. Where the heart of the Eater's darkness once was, a single point of brilliant light emerges. It grows. It expands. It pulses with a warmth that you can feel even across the vastness of space. The Eater is not dead. It has been transformed. Your anthem, your testament of humanity, has rewritten its core programming. It is no longer a destroyer. It has become a creator. The Eater of Stars is now a giver of light. It has become the heart of a new sun. Energy flows back into you, not from the far wanderer, but from the newborn star, a wave of warmth, of gratitude, of pure, unadulterated life. The newborn sun sends a piece of itself across the galaxy, a gift to its savior. Your body knits itself back together. Your strength returns. The Watcher's light burns brightly once more. The far wanderer awakens, its systems humming with a new and vibrant energy. The Elder Ones look from the new sun to you. Their thoughts are a symphony of emotions they have not felt in millennia. Awe, humility, and a profound, world-altering hope. A star is reborn, and with it, the future of the galaxy. Your future, humanity's future. The testament is over. The work has just begun.